like when I read a great book, I feel like I'm in the book.
We wanted to make sure that there were plenty of books here with all different kinds of characters so that kids could see themselves and find one that they connected to.
Today's event is an opportunity for us to celebrate diverse readers from pre-K all the way through 12th grade. It's an opportunity to celebrate all of our differences and show every kid that they are included and seen in our school and our state.
Our goal is to offer up a variety of diverse books by diverse authors to kids in the community and have them come pick out with their families a book that's age appropriate for them and that looks interesting to them.
I love reading because when I learned how to read, it made me feel so special and it takes me to a different place.
It's so important for us to create a sense of community and belonging in our classrooms. And what better way to do that than giving our students books that reflect the people that they are in the pages that they see. It's an amazing opportunity, again, to value who they are as people and bring them in and show them that they belong here with us.
The past 20 years or so, the community in Hilliard has gotten very diverse. And as it has diversified, our curriculum and our materials probably haven't diversified as quickly. And so this is an opportunity to make sure that everybody that lives in the community has an opportunity to be represented in books that their children have. We know that when children recognize themselves in books, they connect more with what they're reading. They see themselves in it. So whether it's their gender or their culture or their age group, we find this especially with boys. Boys are more likely to read a book that has a character their age in it.
I like reading because it opens my imagination. It feels like I can feel the story and what it's about.
P, passionate people peacefully protesting.
It was so important for me to be here today because it's always great for kids, especially kids of color, to see someone who has written a book, an author who's written a book, who can kind of have the same shared experiences they have. And that's why it's also important to have diverse books. Those books are like mirrors, like windows. They're self-affirming.
Oh, yeah, R, good job. Oh my goodness.
What this does is allows them to dream big, and it allows them to see that anything is possible. Anything and everything they can think of, they're able to do because there are people that look like them already doing it.
In my school, there's not a lot of diversity, so I try to find a lot more diversity in books so I can understand how people feel.
There's billions of books out there, so there's no limit to what I can read. And if you read about diversity, you're just reading about other people in history, and I think that's really, really cool that you're reading about other people, history and diversity, and not just yourself and people that are like you and other people.
But then we remember that we can get a cape whenever we need it. It just takes some believing in ourselves. I am beautiful just as I am.
An effort like this is so important right now and in the climate that we're in is because we are all fighting the same fight to make sure that every kid feels included.
Well, we've seen in several communities, not just around Ohio, but around the country, I'm sure, of people that are questioning books and topics and subject matters that are in schools. And so there seems to be a backlash to that sort of recognition of the diversity that exists in school districts. And so we thought this would be a great opportunity to be that support and offer those materials to parents who may not be able to find them in their school libraries because of the backlash that's happening.
Bottom line, our goal is to make sure that every student belongs and is a part of this family.
We thought it was important to make this a community-wide event with other partners and resources within the Hilliard area. So for example, CARE Ohio and the Hilliard Public Library. We also made a concerted effort to include our partners and friends in the Hope Coalition, one of whom is the pastor at this church and offered us up this venue.
So Hope is in support of Hilliard Public Education.
Hope is a coalition of parents that celebrates the wide range of diversity, ethnicities, cultural representations within our district, because we are a beautiful bounty of of kids. When you look at what community is, it's a coming together of people. And we can only do that if we understand, can empathize, can see ourselves in others. And we do that when we see these books and we see education. And public education brings us together in those realms that we can understand each other.
It's so important for community members to be a part of this effort and push, because the reality is our students are a part of our community. And if we're not showing them that they're welcomed and loved here, we're not going to make the gains that we want inside of the classroom. We got to make sure that we have a trifecta. We have our teachers in schools, we have our community, and we have our parents, at home, all working together to have a common goal and to make sure that everyone is supported and seen in our Hilliard community and in our Ohio community at large.
All the world is waiting to hear from you. Make us feel more alive like only you can do.